Siena Heights University is not only celebrating its 100th anniversary, but also the 20th anniversary of its Athletic Hall of Fame. During this time, we would like to honor all of our past inductees. Now, here are your Saints. From the class of 1999, Ben Braun. The Siena Heights men's basketball coach from 1978 through 84, Braun led the Saints to 6 consecutive winning seasons before moving on to Eastern Michigan University, where he guided Eastern to its first of 3 Mid-American Conference titles and its first appearance in the NCAA tournament, making it to the Sweet 16. He also coached at California and at Rice and finished with 615 career coaching wins, 148 coming with the Saints. Andrew Crawford, the only Siena Heights men's soccer player ever named to 2 NAIA All-American teams. Andrew Crawford was also named to 4 All-District and 3 All-Region teams during his distinguished career. The Saints' all-time leading scorer with 67 career goals, Crawford played professionally for several teams, including being named the USISL's most valuable player for the Colorado Comets. Drew currently is the Saints' head men's soccer coach. John Detro, perhaps the best distant runner in Siena Heights track and field history, Detro was a 4-time NAIA track and field All-American and 3-time All-American scholar athlete for the Saints. He was twice an outdoor All-American in the steeplechase and still holds the school record in that event. One of the first recipients of the Thomas A. Emmett Award as the top junior male student athlete. He went on to a distinguished career as a physician's assistant with the U.S. Army. Shelly Lizyness, a 3-time NAIA All-District 23 pitcher, Shelly Lizyness was twice named the district's Player of the Year from 1990 to 91. In 1991, she finished with a 25-15 record and pitched the Saints to the district and regional championships and their first appearance in the NAIA Softball World Series. She finished with 77 career wins and 558 strikeouts, both school records. Lawrence Miller, a 2-time NAIA All-District 23 guard and the MVP of the Saints during his senior year. Lawrence Magic Miller was one of the best all-around basketball players to ever wear a Saints uniform. He finished with 1,072 career points and 702 career rebounds. He was twice named the team's defensive MVP. Abby English Waldbaum, a 3-year captain and 2-time All-American, English was named All-Region 4 straight seasons. In the women's soccer program's first year of collegiate competition, she led the team in scoring as a freshman. A first-team NAIA All-American midfielder in 1998, she helped the Saints to a school record 25 wins as they placed 3rd in their first appearance at the NAIA National Championships. She finished with 104 career points. Martha Hans Palmer. Martha Hans Palmer is in a class by herself in the history of women's athletics at Siena Heights. As a senior in 1988, Palmer won the 60-yard hurdle title with a time of 7.96 seconds at the NAIA Indoor National Championships at the Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City, Missouri. A 4-time NAIA All-American hurdler for the Saints from 1986 to 88, who was named to 4 NAIA All-American Scholar Athlete teams, Palmer holds every indoor and outdoor record in the hurdles events. The 1988-89 men's basketball team. The 1988-89 men's basketball team won 4 tournaments, including the NAIA District 23 tournament that earned the Saints their first appearance in the NAIA Division I National Championships. Unseeded and unheralded, the Saints upset number 11-seeded Southern Arkansas in the first round and advanced to the quarterfinals before falling to East Central Oklahoma University. William Clyburn and Mark Merriman each earned All-District, with Clyburn being named an honorable mention NAIA All-American. Merriman was selected to the NAIA National Championship All-Tournament team. The team was coached by Fred Smith. From the class of 2000, Adam Benschoter, a lifetime .329 hitter with 19 career home runs, Adam Benschoter played all 9 positions during his Saints career. He was an NAIA Honorable Mention All-American in 1991 and a 2-time NAIA District 23 honoree. Scooter became the first Siena Heights baseball player to be selected in the Major League Baseball draft when the San Francisco Giants picked him in the 31st round as a catcher. Larry Bryant, the only Siena Heights men's basketball player to be named both an NAIA All-American and an NAIA Scholar Athlete. Larry Bryant was a 3-time NAIA All-District 23 selection. He finished with 1,624 career points, which ranks 3rd all-time, and was a 2-time MVP for the Saints. Tanya Dickerson, the only 2-time NAIA All-American softball player in Siena Heights history. Tanya Dickerson owned virtually every hitting record for the Saints. A 4-year starter at third base for the Saints, she had a career .435 batting average with 177 RBIs. Dickerson was named the NAIA District 23 Player of the Year and the Conference Co-Player of the Year as a junior, and set single-season records for hitting average .472, hits .85, doubles .17, and runs batted in .59. Bob Meszaros. The first wrestler inducted into the Siena Heights Athletic Hall of Fame, Bob Meszaros earned NAIA All-American honors in 1985. A 4-year captain, Meszaros also earned All-Catholic honors in 1983 and 85 by winning the National Catholic Championships in his weight class. Jimaltice Thomas. The greatest sprinter in the history of Siena Heights women's track and field, Jimaltice J.T. Thomas was a 6-time NAIA All-American for the Saints from 1990 to 92. She finished 3rd in the 55-meter dash at the 1990 NAIA Indoor National Championships and was also provisional qualifier in the 100 meters at the 1992 U.S. Olympic Trials. She still holds 4 indoor and 4 outdoor track and field school records. Brent Tucker, still the all-time leading scorer in Siena Heights men's basketball history, Brent Tucker finished with 2,122 career points. Tuck was a 2-time NAIA All-District 23 and All-Conference forward who was the District Player of the Year in 1993 and the Conference Player of the Year in 1994. As a senior, Tucker was named a 3rd-team NAIA All-American, the first Saint to make the list. Shelly Vanderveen, one of the greatest all-around athletes in the university's history. Shelly Vanderveen was one of a few Saints who have competed at national championship events in 2 sports. She was an honorable mention NAIA All-American in women's soccer in 1990 and helped 2 teams compete at the national level. As a first baseman on the softball team, she was a 2-time NAIA All-District 23 selection who helped the Saints advance to the NAIA National Tournament in 1991. She also was an NAIA Scholar Athlete in both sports. 1990 Women's Soccer. The Saints advanced to the NAIA National Championships, where it placed 3rd in the nation. Finishing with a 14-7 record, 4 of those 7 losses came to NCAA Division I teams. Coach Phil Weaver's squad defeated Wheeling Jesuit to win the Great Lakes Regional, then lost to eventual national champion Barry. Tammy Simon was named to the NAIA All-Tournament team, with Dawn Huggins leading the Saints with 14 goals. Cris Strehl-Belanger, named the most valuable player in 2 sports at Siena Heights. As a goalkeeper in women's soccer, Strehl recorded a school record 31 shutouts as the Saints finished 3rd in the NAIA in both 1988 and 1990. As an all-region third baseman, Strehl captained the Saints' 1991 softball team that won the district and by-district titles and advanced to the NAIA World Series. Carl Braun, the only 2-time NAIA national champion in Siena Heights history. Braun earned back-to-back national titles in the discus in 1994 and 1995 at the NAIA Outdoor Track and Field Championships. His winning distance of 174 feet set a school record. He earned NAIA All-American honors 5 times, also a school record. Braun competed at both the 1996 and 2000 U.S. Olympic track and field trials, placing fourth, just one spot away from making Team USA. Debbie Chavis. Chavis competed in 4 different sports and in 8 national championships. However, it was in track and field where Chavis excelled for the Saints. A 3-time NAIA All-American, in 1993, she was 3rd in the marathon and 5th in the 10,000-meter run, an incredible feat. Chavis also finished 3rd in the marathon at the 1995 Outdoor Championships and was a freshman center fielder on the 1991 Saints softball team that competed in the NAIA National Championships. Michael Giacomantonio, the most prolific power hitter in Saints baseball history. Giacomantonio belted a school record 33 home runs and drove in 195 runs during his 4-year career as an infielder. His 260 career hits are also a program best. A career .318 hitter, Giacomantonio helped guide the Saints to their only regional championship and appearance in the NAIA World Series in 1994. He was a 2-time NAIA All-District and All-Region selection. Whit Hames. The unofficial president of the athletic boosters at Siena Heights, Hames was the first administrator inducted into the Hall of Fame in the Meritorious Service category. During a distinguished teaching career at Siena Heights that spanned 24 years, Hames served as the faculty athletic representative for 16 years, while becoming an unofficial historian and patriarch of Saints athletics. Jim Miller. Miller became the first All-American in any sport at Siena Heights, placing 19th overall at the 1979 NAIA Cross Country Championships. His All-American time of 25 minutes 40 seconds was also a freshman record at Siena Heights that stood for 20 years. He was a 2-time cross-country NAIA All-American and also was the NAIA District 23 individual champion in 1982. Wade Perry. Perry set 8 school records between 1984 and 1986 in cross-country and track and field at Siena Heights. A 2-time NAIA All-American in cross-country, he also was an NAIA District 23 individual champion 6 times in both cross-country and track and field. His time of 24 minutes 33 seconds remains tied for the best time ever by a Siena Heights cross-country runner. Perry also earned NAIA All-American honors in the mile at the 1996 NAIA Track and Field Championships. The 1991 softball team. The Saints posted a 35-15 overall record, which included an NAIA District 23 and bi-district championships and the school's first appearance in the NAIA National Championships. Led by head coach Al Sandifer, the Saints upset second-seed University of West Florida 6-5 in the first round before losing to the University of Puget Sound 6-3. The roster included 5 current Hall of Famers: Shelly Lizyness, Tanya Dickerson, Shelly Vanderveen, Debbie Chavis, and Cris Strehl. From the class of 2002, Shannon Bezeau. Bezeau was named a second-team NAIA All-American in 1995 after posting a 25-5 record with a .77 earned run average. She struck out 225 batters in 192 innings. During her pitching career, Bezeau struck out more batters than any other Siena Heights pitcher, and she ranked second all-time in wins and innings pitched. Bezeau was a 2-time All-Conference and NAIA All-Region pitcher. Joe Dettling, considered one of the greatest all-around basketball players in Siena Heights history. Dettling was the only player to finish with more than 1,500 points and 1,000 rebounds for his career. A 3-time All-Conference center for the Saints, Dettling was a key ingredient in the Saints' 1996-97 team that placed second in the NAIA Division II National Tournament. He was named an honorable mention NAIA All-American in 1994 and shared team MVP honors in 1995. Ken Ferriera, a 4-year starter for the Siena Heights men's soccer team from 1986 to 89, Ferriera ranked second in goals scored and total points when he graduated. During his career, he helped the Saints win 3 NAIA Division 23 championships and advanced to 3 Area 6 title matches. He was named to the National Soccer Coaches Association of America Honorable Mention All-American Team in his senior season in 1989, scoring a team-high 22 goals. Matt Geha, a 3-time NAIA cross-country All-American who was an individual conference champion 15 times in track and field, Geha is one of the best distance runners in Saints history. A 3-time conference champion in cross-country, Geha led the Saints to an 8th-place finish at the 1995 NAIA Championships, the best finish in program history at the time. During his career, the Saints won 7 of 8 track and field conference championships and still holds 4 school records in track and field. Doug Mello. Mello started both the men's and women's soccer programs at Siena Heights and quickly turned them into nationally ranked teams in the 1980s. In his 6 years as the Saints men's coach, he led Siena Heights to 5 district titles, 1 regional championship, and its first appearance at the NAIA National Championship Tournament in 1985. In 1986, Mello started the women's soccer program. From 1986 to 1988, the Saints won 3 district titles. In his final season in 1988, the women's team was ranked number 1 in the country and made its first appearance in the NAIA National Championship Tournament, placing 3rd. He was named District Coach of the Year 5 times and Area 6 Coach of the Year 3 times. Dennis Szczechowski. Szczechowski could play any position on the field. He was a pitcher and valuable utility player in 1989 when the Saints captured their first NAIA District 23 championship. He earned all-district honors as a pitcher and was named the recipient of the Thomas A. Emmett Award, presented annually to the top junior student athlete. Drafted by the San Francisco Giants as a pitcher in 1992, becoming only the 2nd Siena Heights player to be selected in the Major League Baseball draft. Julie Tortora Baechler, the first Siena Heights women's soccer NAIA All-American. Tortora earned first-team honors as a freshman in 1986. During her 4-year career, she played on 3 NAIA District 23 championship and 2 Area 6 championship teams. Tortora was the first Saint to reach the 100-point plateau for her career and also played basketball and tennis for Siena Heights. The 1985 men's soccer team. In just 3 years as a varsity program, the Saints won the NAIA District 23 and the Area 6 championships. Jared Rose led the team in scoring as a freshman, and SHU Hall of Famer Andrew Crawford was also a key ingredient in the team's success. The team was coached by Doug Mello. Don Dzuik. Dzuik started every game for the Saints men's soccer team from 1989 to 1992 and led them in scoring for 3 of his 4 seasons. A 3-time captain, he helped lead the team to the NAIA District 23 titles in 1989 and 1990 and to within 1 game of qualifying for the NAIA National Championships. The midfielder finished his career with 36 goals and 21 assists, twice named the team's most valuable player. He also was the first Siena Heights athlete to earn all-district recognition in each of his 4 seasons. Kim Rector. Rector became the first Saints volleyball player to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, earning All-District 23 and Team MVP awards in 1996 as a setter. An intense leader and role model, Rector was co-captain of both the volleyball and softball teams. She was a shortstop on the 1995 Saints softball team that captured the NAIA District 23 and bi-district championships. Rector was a 2-time all-district performer in 1996 and 1997. Tina Richard Smith. Richard set 14 team and individual running records as a member of the Saints cross-country and track and field teams. As a senior in 1997, she earned NAIA All-American honors with a 4th-place finish at the NAIA Cross Country Championships, the best finish for a Saint runner. Richards earned NAIA Track and Field All-American honors 5 times as a mid-distance relay runner. She also ran on the Saints 4x400 and 2-mile relay teams that set school records and garnered All-America recognition. Richards was named the most valuable runner 7 times in conference meets. Steve Sontag, regarded as the best pure hitter to ever play baseball at Siena Heights, Sontag was a 3-time NAIA All-District 23 shortstop and team most valuable player. He set a single-season batting record with a .407 average in 1988. During the '88 season, Sontag also had a team-high 6 saves as a reliever in 1988 and finished second in the balloting for the 1988 NAIA District 23 Player of the Year. Craig Tanis. Tanis was a hard-nosed, versatile shooting guard who could play opponents at both ends of the court. In 1989, he helped propel the Saints men's basketball team to their first NAIA District 23 championship and NAIA Division I national tournament berth. He earned All-District 23 honors as a senior in 1991 and ranked 3rd all-time in scoring and first in three-point field goals at the end of his career. The 1985 wrestling team. Recording the finest season in program history, the men's wrestling team placed 34th at the NAIA National Championships and had 2 individual NAIA All-Americans in 167-pounder Bob Meszaros and 190-pounder Doug Pfeiffer. Coach Gail Chanel's team also placed in the top 3 at the National Catholic Championships, which included several NCAA Division I programs. From the class of 2004, Michele Lourim-Lichtinger, the first women's basketball player inducted into the Hall of Fame. Lourim-Lichtinger was also the first Saint to reach 1,000 career points. She was a 2-time NAIA All-District 23 performer who was 3-time co-captain and 2-time team most valuable player. The point guard finished her career with 1,497 points, 381 assists, and 197 steals. She was twice named to the National All-Catholic Academic All-American team. Jared Rose, the 3-time NAIA All-District 23 and National Catholic College Academic All-American, led the Saints men's soccer team to District and Area 6 championships and its first appearance in the NAIA tournament in 1985. The Saints also won district titles in 1987 and 1989. Rose finished his career with 44 goals and 104 points. At the time of his induction, Rose was one of only 5 Saints to score 100 or more points. Mike Smith, one of the first 2 sports stars for the Saints, Smith competed in both basketball and baseball. He was the Saints' pitching ace, earning NAIA All-District 23 honors. He also was a 2-year letter winner on the men's basketball team. Bruce Swart. Swart became the first Siena Heights athlete in any sport to be named an NAIA All-American Scholar Athlete as a junior in 1981. He repeated the honor in 1982 as a member of the men's basketball team. A noted shot blocker, Swart helped the Saints average 21 wins over his 4 seasons. He received the Thomas Emmett Award, presented to the top male junior student athlete at Siena Heights, and also was a finalist for the NAIA's Emil S. Liston Award in 1981 for outstanding academic and athletic achievement. Dr. Louis Vaccaro. Under Dr. Vaccaro's leadership from 1978 to 1983, the college doubled the amount of intercollegiate sports teams. The former Siena Heights president was instrumental in overseeing the construction of the Siena Heights College Student Activity Center, now named the Fieldhouse, and other key construction projects on campus that led to the development of strong intercollegiate athletic programs. Tom Weiss, the first member of the Hall of Fame to be inducted posthumously. Weiss was killed in an automobile accident on March 9, 2000. The cross-country and track and field standout earned All-America at the 1992 NAIA National Cross-Country Championships. That year, he also captured both conference and NAIA District 23 individual cross-country titles and was named the team's most valuable runner. In track and field, Weiss earned honorable mention NAIA All-American honors in 1992 and 1994 as a member of the distance relay medley team. The 1994 baseball team. Named the Cinderella team in Saints athletic history, the 1994 baseball team rode an interim head coach and a sub-500 record all the way to the NAIA World Series. The Saints shocked the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference tournament favorite Aquinas to win their first conference tournament, then came out of the losers bracket to win 4 straight games to take the regional title and earn a berth in the World Series. The first-team NAIA All-American Jerry Kester led the Saints with a .379 average. From the class of 2005, Colleen Baierl. Baierl rewrote the women's soccer scoring record from 1991 to 1994. In 1993, she led the Saints to conference and NAIA District 23 titles in being named the District Player of the Year. As a senior, she was named the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference Player of the Year, and she participated in the Umbro Select Senior Classic National All-Star Game. She finished her career with 67 goals and 149 points. Tammy Clausen Bates. Clausen was the softball team's ace from 1985 to 1989. Named the team's most valuable player in 3 of her 4 seasons, she was named NAIA All-District 23 in 1989. She also played basketball for the Saints for 4 years. Jacob Bialek. Bialek was the first Saint golfer to be named to All-Conference and NAIA All-District 23. He was named to 3 All-Conference teams and was a regional runner-up. He was the first golfer to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Sheila Landeshire Daniels. Landeshire finished her Saints career with 1,693 points, 824 rebounds, 311 assists, and 330 steals. Talented enough to play any position on the floor, she was an all-Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference selection as a junior and senior, and received NAIA Honorable Mention All-American honors in 1996. The 1995 men's cross-country team. The Saints men's cross-country team ran their way into the record books with a Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference championship and an 8th-place finish at the NAIA National Championships. That finish still ranks as the best finish in program history. The Saints were led by Hall of Famers Matt Geha and Josh Wonders. From the class of 2006, Steve Chappell. One of the top playmakers in men's soccer history, Chappell ranked first all-time in assists at the end of his career. The midfielder earned NAIA All-District 23 and All-Region in 1986. The Saints posted an overall record of 45-16-4 and won 2 district titles in his 3-year career. Robin Humes James. A dominating pitcher on the softball team from 1993 to 1996, Humes finished with 54 career victories. Her career earned run average of 1.06 ranks first all-time, and she recorded 292 career strikeouts. The Saints won 3 Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference championships and posted an overall record 140-46 during her 4-year career. Ayanna Nash Johnston. Nash anchored the women's soccer defense from 1992 to 1995 and was a 4-year starter. She earned second-team NAIA All-American honors in 1993 and was honorable mention All-American in both 1992 and 1995. During her career, the Saints qualified for 4 NAIA regional championships and won 3 Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference titles. Anthony Staffney. Staffney is considered one of the best two-way players in men's basketball history. In 1998, Staffney became the first and only Saint named a first-team NAIA All-American. In 1997, he received the NAIA Hustle Award and was named to the NAIA Division II men's basketball all-tournament team after helping the Saints to a runner-up finish. A 3-time All-Conference and team MVP, he ranked first in career steals, second in assists, and 10th in points at the end of his career. Brett Steele. The ace of the baseball team's pitching staff for 3 years, he had his best season for the Saints in 1984 with 5 victories, 6 saves, 51 strikeouts, and a 2.2 earned run average. The hard-throwing right-hander was also known for his wicked split-finger pitch. He was posthumously inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2006. The 1993-94 men's basketball team. The Saints men's basketball team finished 27-8 overall and 9-1 in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference on its way to winning both the conference regular season and tournament titles. The team included Hall of Famers Brent Tucker and Joe Dettling and was coached by 2006 NAIA Hall of Famer Fred Smith. Keenan Gorhey. Known as a pure runner, Gorhey was a versatile performer on the men's track and field team. He helped the Saints win 3 Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference indoor championships from 1994 to 96, as well as the 1995 and 1996 WAC Outdoor Championships. A former record holder in the 600-meter run, he was a member of the NAIA Honorable Mention All-American Distance Medley Relay team in both 1994 and 1996. Don Jackson. Jackson earned NAIA All-American honors in 1995 in the 3,200-meter relay and ran to numerous individual Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference track and field titles during his career. The middle distance specialist contributed to 6 conference championships and was part of the NAIA Honorable Mention All-American Distance Medley Relay in 1994 and 1996. Becky Martinez. Martinez was the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference Player of the Year in 1996 and a 2-time All-Conference and All-Region performer. The catcher helped the Saints win 3 straight conference titles and 2 conference tournament championships. She was also an All-District 23 selection in 1994. Sister Mary Alice Mernon. Described as the matron saint of Siena Heights athletics as a basketball coach and administrator, Sister Mary Alice became the school's first women's basketball coach in 1974. Over her 9 seasons, Mernon's teams won 101 games, and her 1978-79 team recorded a 27-2 record. She was a pioneer and advocate for women's athletics at Siena Heights, who served as senior women's administrator before that position or term existed in collegiate athletics. Tyrone Richardson. Playing for the Saints from 1976 through 80, he was one of the first standouts in men's basketball. During his career, Richardson led the Saints to their first 2 20-win seasons under Hall of Fame coach Ben Braun. He finished with 1,430 career points. Al Strabinsky. The left-handed ace and only senior on the Saints baseball team that won 31 games and the NAIA District 23 championship, eventually advancing to the Area 6 championship game in 1989. Strabinsky won 7 games and posted a 1.93 earned run average that season. He finished with 16 career wins and a 3.85 ERA. The 1997 women's cross-country team. Led by head coach Don Kleinow, the Saints women's cross-country team finished 11th at the NAIA National Championships. The Saints also won the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference title and placed 6th at the prestigious National All-Catholic Championships. Tina Richards finished 4th overall at the NAIA meet to earn All-American honors. Richards, Daniel Reisner, and Christy Davenport each earned All-Conference honors. From the class of 2008, Damon Armstrong. A strong inside presence on the men's basketball team, Armstrong finished with 1,264 career points and 683 career rebounds. An NAIA All-District 23 selection in 1988, Armstrong helped lead the Saints to a record of 26-8 and their best season in the first 13 years of the program's history. David Bonino. A fixture at first base as a 4-year starter for the Saints from 1987 through 90. Bonino still ranks among the all-time baseball offensive statistical leaders in career average, home runs, walks, and runs batted in. He was a 3-year captain and earned NAIA All-District 23 honors in 1987 and 1989. He finished with 197 hits and 24 home runs. Scott McClure. Serving as the Sports Information Director from 1989 through 2000, he was the third administrator to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. During his tenure at Siena Heights, McClure also served as the media director for the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference from 1994 through 2000. He also spent 3 years as an assistant coach for the women's basketball team and 4 years as an assistant coach on the men's team. Lisa Picardo-Russo. Picardo anchored the defense for the nationally ranked Saints women's soccer team from 1986 to 1989. She played stopper for the 1988 team that won a school record 25 games and was ranked number 1 in the NAIA national poll. The Saints captured the NAIA District 23 and Area 6 titles on their way to qualifying for the NAIA National Championships for the first time. Picardo was named to the 1988 NAIA National Championship All-Tournament team as a defender and was an honorable mention NAIA All-American in 1989. Dave Sagert. Sagert made 135 saves and posted 5 shutouts in the Saints men's soccer inaugural season in 1983 and led them to a surprising 10-8-1 overall record and runner-up finish in the NAIA District 23. As a senior in 1984, he helped the Saints improve to 11-4-4 overall and another second-place finish in the district. He earned NAIA Academic All-American honors as a senior. Josh Wonders. A national champion in the NAIA Indoor Track and Field Championships in 1997, Wonders was one of the most successful student athletes in Siena Heights history. He has a school record in the national championship winning race with a time of 2 minutes, 24.97 seconds. During his career, he earned NAIA All-American honors 3 times in outdoor and twice indoors. He also paced the Saints cross-country team to their best finish ever in the NAIA National Championships in 1995. He still holds 2 school records in the 800 meters indoor and outdoor, respectively. The 1983 men's cross-country team. Coached by Fred Smith and assisted by longtime coach Tim Bauer, the Saints men's cross-country team was the first to represent Siena Heights at a national championship event. The Saints placed 18th overall at the event and was paced by NAIA All-Americans and Hall of Famers Jim Miller and John Detro. From the class of 2009, Kelly Canino. One of the most decorated women's soccer student athletes in Siena Heights history, still ranks among the all-time statistical leaders with 40 goals and 113 points. She earned second-team NAIA All-American honors in 1988 on a team that was ranked number 1 in the nation and finished third in the national championships. The forward was named to the all-tournament team. Kathy Frank. During her 17-year tenure as a coach and adjunct faculty member at Siena Heights, Frank was an outstanding mentor and role model for the many student athletes she coached. The winningest volleyball and women's tennis coach in Saints history, she started both varsity programs. The women's volleyball team honors 1 student athlete annually with the Kathy Frank Award to an upperclassman who best exemplifies the spirit of a competitive athlete coupled with high academic achievement. Cleo Hayes, the only 4-year team captain in Saints men's basketball history. Hayes was a standout performer on the Saints' very first team in 1975-76. He finished with 1,246 career points and was named team MVP in 1979, which had the Saints posting a 24-6 record, their first winning season. He also led the Saints in assists all 4 seasons. Jay Nyack. Winning the NAIA national title in the 200-meter dash in 1999, Jay Nyack still holds both the indoor and outdoor school records in the event. He established the indoor school record in 1998 at 21.89 seconds and set the outdoor record in 1999 at 21.51. He also ran a leg in the fastest 4x200-meter relay in school history in 1998. He is a two-time NAIA Indoor Track and Field All-American. Byron Johnson. A two-time All-Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference and All-WAC Defensive Team selection, Johnson was a key member of the 1997 NAIA Division II National Runner-Up Team. He finished with 1,444 career points and helped lead the Saints to 3 consecutive conference tournament titles. He was an honorable mention NAIA All-American in 1997 while sharing Team MVP honors. He also was a member of the NAIA Championship All-Tournament Team. The 1996-97 men's basketball team. Maybe the most successful athletic team in Siena Heights history, the 1996-97 men's basketball squad finished runner-up in the NAIA Division II National Tournament, losing by a point in the championship game. The Saints tied for the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference regular season title, then went on to win the conference tournament, finishing with a 30-7 record under head coach Fred Smith. From the class of 2010, Stephen Emmons. Known as the first power hitter in Saints baseball history, Emmons was a 3-time NAIA All-District 23 selection. The first baseman was also a 3-year captain from 1982 to 1984 and was named the District Player of the Year in 1984 after recording a .395 batting average. At the end of his playing career, he had set career records in home runs, runs batted in, and batting average. Ridge Frew. A 3-time All-Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference selection in men's soccer, Frew was named the conference most valuable player in 1997. The midfielder captained the Saints in 1996 and 1997 and was named the team's MVP both seasons. He was named an honorable mention NAIA All-American in 1997 and also earned a spot on the NSCAA All-America Academic Team in 1996. Bevan Malley. One of the most decorated women's basketball players in Saints history, Malley was a 3-time All-Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference selection and a 2-time team MVP. Finishing with 1,534 career points and 999 rebounds, Malley was the Conference Freshman of the Year and Kodak and NAIA Honorable Mention All-American in 2000. She also received the Thomas Emmett Award as the top female student athlete and was a 2-time NAIA All-American Scholar Athlete. Mark Merriman. A 2-time NAIA All-District 23 and co-team MVP selection, Merriman helped move the men's basketball program to new heights during his career. He led the team in scoring during his 2 seasons, both leading to district championships and the program's first berths in the NAIA National Tournament. He was an NAIA Championship All-Tournament team selection in 1990 and finished with 1,257 career points. Nicole Tobin Prilwitz. The most prolific scorer in women's soccer history, Tobin finished with 73 career goals and 210 points from 1997 to 2000. She helped guide the Saints to 4 consecutive Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference titles and finished with a school record 20 game-winning goals, a 4-time All-Conference and 3-time NAIA Honorable Mention All-American. She also earned the Thomas Emmett Award as the top female student athlete in 1999. The 1978-79 women's basketball team. After winning a combined 31 games the previous 4 seasons, the women's basketball team won 23 consecutive games to begin the 1978-79 campaign. The Saints finished with a 27-2 record, with the win total remaining the most in program history. Led by Hall of Fame head coach and administrator Sister Mary Alice Mernon, the Saints made their first appearance in the Michigan Association for Intercollegiate Athletics for Women state tournament. The team averaged 72 points per game and scored more than 100 points twice during the season. From the class of 2011, Jeff Gullickson. The single-game, single-season, and career rebounding leader in Saints men's basketball history. Gullickson is one of only 2 Saints to score more than 1,000 points and grab 1,000 rebounds in his career. The forward was a second-team NAIA All-American in 2001 and also earned all-conference and team MVP honors. He received the Thomas Emmett Award as the top male student athlete and was tabbed a two-time NAIA Scholar Athlete. Tom Giacobowski, the first NAIA All-American in Siena Heights men's track and field, Giacobowski placed third in the 60-yard high hurdles at the NAIA Indoor Track and Field National Championships in 1981. A transfer from Adrian College, he also has the distinction of being the only Saint to earn both NAIA and NCAA All-American honors. He still holds school records in the 110-meter hurdles and the 400-yard intermediate hurdles. Don Kleinow, the head women's cross-country coach at Siena Heights for 27 years. Kleinow led the Saints to 7 Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference championships and 3 appearances in the NAIA National Championships. His 2006 squad established a school record with a 10th place finish in the NAIA National Championships. He also assisted the track and field program for many years before his untimely death. He also designed and built the trophy case and SHU Athletics Hall of Fame display, as well as the Saints track and field and cross-country record displays. Matt Pike, a versatile baseball player, Pike played nearly every position and excelled no matter where he played. He remains among the all-time leaders in virtually every offensive statistic for the Saints, finishing with a .340 batting average, 205 hits, 25 home runs, and 141 runs batted in. He also was a relief pitcher and had a professional career as a pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds and New York Yankees. He played for more than 11 years professionally. Krista Purvis, a Division I transfer from the University of Toledo, Purvis was the first women's volleyball player to earn national recognition. As a senior captain in 1998, she earned all-conference and AVCA NAIA All-Great Lakes Region honors and was named an honorable mention NAIA All-American. The setter had 1,232 career assists, one of the most in program history. The 1988 women's soccer team. One of the most successful teams in the history of Siena Heights athletics, head coach Doug Mello's club was the first Siena Heights team, men's or women's, to advance to the NAIA National Championship. With a school record 25 wins and ranked first in the nation, the team captured NAIA district, sub-regional, and regional championships. With a 1-0 shutout victory over Berry College, the Saints earned a third-place finish. No other Siena women's team in any sport has achieved a better national ranking or placing at a national tournament. From the class of 2012, Dr. Paul Bodenbach. The founding father of athletic training at Siena Heights University, Bodenbach was both an innovator and leader in the field of athletic rehabilitation and performance training. Doc served as the primary athletic trainer for Saints Athletics for 7 years. He also served as the conditioning and rehabilitation trainer for the Milwaukee Brewers, the United States speed skating team, and the Professional Beach Volleyball Tour. Sean Carlson. Finishing with 1,733 career points, the three-point shooting guard was a 3-time All-Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference honoree. A second-team NAIA All-American in 2002, he helped the Saints to 3 consecutive conference titles and a semifinal appearance in the NAIA National Tournament in 2000. Gary Gill. Gill was one of the early pioneers who laid the foundation of success for future Saints baseball teams. A speedy second baseman with a great range and feet, he earned honorable mention NAIA All-District 23 honors in both 1981 and 1983. He served as a Saint assistant baseball coach from 1988 to 1990 and was also an outstanding sprinter on the track and field team. D. Koppelman-Stalker. A 2-time All-Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference selection, Koppelman was a run-scoring machine on the softball team. She scored a school record 46 runs in 2012 and also ranks all-time in stolen bases, triples, and at-bats. She was part of the 1995 team that finished with a school record 44 wins. Sam Skeels, the most prolific scorer in the history of Siena Heights men's soccer. Skeels finished with 100 career goals and 251 career points. A three-time honorable mention NAIA All-American, he led the Saints in scoring each of his 4 years on campus, including a whopping 27 game-winning goals. He also received the Thomas Emmett Award for the top junior male student athlete and was a two-time NAIA All-American Scholar Athlete. The 1995 softball team, posting a program record of 44-13 and captured the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference tournament title, the 1995 softball team was the most successful in program history. The team established single average season record in virtually every statistical column, including team batting average of .322 and team earned run average of 1.14. Led by head coach Al Sandifer, the team included 5 future Hall of Famers. From the class of 2013, Matt Bakke. The all-time men's basketball assist leader, Bakke finished with 1,379 points and 205 three-point field goals as a point guard. A two-time All-Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference selection, he was named an honorable mention NAIA All-American in 2001 and Team MVP, leading the Saints to a 31-6 record. He earned a spot on the NAIA Division II Championship All-Tournament team in 2000 as the Saints reached the semifinals. Jerry Freebus, one of the most successful wrestlers in program history. Freebus captured individual weight class titles at the Siena Heights College Invitational, the Midwest Classic in Indianapolis, the National Catholic Tournament, and the NAIA Regional Championship in 1984 and 85. That also earned him a Team's Outstanding Wrestler Award. Shatranjan Greer-Travis, an indoor NAIA national champion in the hammer throw for the men's track and field team in 2001. Greer-Travis was a 6-time NAIA All-American during his 4-year career. He is the most decorated thrower in program history. Matt Miller, a standout cross-country and track and field performer, Miller was a 4-time NAIA All-American in track and field. He holds the freshman cross-country record time of 24 minutes, 59 seconds. And helped the Saints to an 8th-place finish at the 1998 NAIA National Championships. Andy Power, a versatile two-sport athlete and outstanding student, Power was an outstanding playmaker for the Saints on the men's soccer field and on the men's basketball court. Power scored 59 career goals and earned all Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference honors twice and was an honorable mention NAIA All-American in 2001. He also served as a guard on the Saints basketball team and was a 3-time NAIA All-American Scholar Athlete. The 2002 Women's Soccer Team. The 2002 Women's Soccer Team went undefeated in Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference play and finished with a 21-2-1 record. Head coach Scott Oliver's club captured both conference and NAIA Regional 7 titles to advance to the NAIA National Tournament for the first time in 12 seasons. Oliver earned WAC Coach of the Year honors and 5 players as the team recorded 16 shutouts. From the class of 2014, Mike Caro. Caro captured an NAIA National Championship in the men's hammer throw with a distance of 186 feet 6 inches in 2003. He placed second in the event at the 2004 Outdoor Championships. He currently has the school record in the event with a toss of 193 feet. He also earned NAIA All-American Scholar Athlete status in 2013. Doug Gray. Finishing his career with 1,206 points and 559 rebounds, Gray was a 2-time All-Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference selection. In 2004, he also earned the WAC Player of the Year honors and was a second-team NAIA All-American. He received the 2003 Thomas Emmett Award as the university's top male junior student athlete and earned NAIA All-American Scholar Athlete honors in both 2003 and 2004. Sister Ann Joachim. Sister Ann Joachim was a pioneer in the fields of politics, law, education, and athletics. A championship-level tennis player in her youth, she later became a women's basketball coach and athletic administrator in the early years of Siena Heights athletics, earning national recognition in her effort to save the Wabash Cannonball passenger train route. Early Siena Heights athletic teams were named the Cannonballers as a tribute to her effort in supporting Siena Heights athletics. Josh Reber. A five-tool outfielder, Reber earned all Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference and honorable mention NAIA All-American honors in 1997. He ranks among the top Saints in performance in 5 offensive categories, including triples, hits, and stolen bases. He finished his career with a .317 batting average. Dr. Lacey Wilmot Rowe. Rowe earned all Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference honors 3 times and was an honorable mention NAIA All-American in 1999 and 2001 for the women's soccer team. She recorded 12 game-winning goals and finished with 39 career goals and 117 points. She received the Thomas Emmett Award as the top female student athlete and was an NAIA All-American Scholar Athlete in 2000 and 2001 in soccer. She earned the same honors in 2002 as a member of the Saints outdoor track and field team. The 1999-2000 men's basketball team. Posting a 31-8 record and winning 4 tournament titles, including the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference Tournament, the 1999-2000 men's basketball team was one of the most successful in program history. The Saints shared the regular season conference title and earned an automatic bid to the NAIA Division II National Tournament, advancing to the semifinals under head coach Fred Smith. The win total tied the most in program history. From the class of 2015. Steve Biggs, the lanky forward, scored 1,324 career points and grabbed 732 rebounds. A 2-time All-Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference performer, Biggs was a second-team NAIA All-American and named team MVP in 2003. He also earned a spot on the National Catholic Basketball Tournament team in 2001. Todd Boyke. The hard-throwing right-hander finished his career with a school record 302 innings pitched, 20 wins, and 182 strikeouts. Boyke tossed a single-season record of 107 innings in 1994 to lead the Saints to the conference tournament and regional titles and a berth in the NAIA World Series. He pitched professionally with the Montreal Expos Class A team in the Gulf Coast League. Dr. Mike Dawson. Associated with Siena Heights athletics for nearly 5 decades, Dr. Dawson first served as the athletic department's orthopedic surgeon in 1978. Over the course of his lengthy and loyal affiliation with the Saints, Dawson has also served as the team physician and as volunteer football coach. The Fieldhouse Fitness Center bears his name, as does the Dr. Mike and Lynn Dawson Field at O'Loughlin Stadium. He is also a member of the SHU Board of Trustees. Jessica Hawkins. Regarded as one of the greatest all-round track and field athletes, Hawkins was a 3-time NAIA All-American. She set a school record in the pentathlon at the 1999 NAIA Indoor Championships with 3,265 points. She was a standout in the javelin, holding the school record for a time with a toss of 129 feet 9 inches. Kara McKeon-Husband. A 4-time All-Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference goalkeeper, McKeon ranks first in career shutouts, goals against, and victories. She holds the single-season record for fewest goals allowed with 7, which she accomplished twice. Her 16 shutouts in 2002 set a single-season record, and she was an honorable mention NAIA All-American twice. She also was an NAIA All-American student athlete twice and recipient of the Thomas Emmett Award for the top female junior student athlete. Dawn O'Neill Lewis. A 4-time All-Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference women's soccer honoree, O'Neill was the WAC Player of the Year and an honorable mention NAIA All-American in 2001. She had 13 game-winning goals and finished with 150 career points. From the class of 2016, Stephanie Shafran-Casita. Shafran was a two-time All-WAC selection and a 2002 NAIA Honorable Mention All-American as a defender for the women's soccer team. She helped lead the Saints to a regional title and national tournament appearance during her senior season in 2002. Perry Gilbert. Gilbert ended his Saints basketball career with 1,457 points and 715 rebounds, both seventh all-time. The hardworking forward was an NAIA second-team All-American and the WAC Player of the Year in 2006. Adam Hartle. Known as one of the all-time greats in this event, Hartle won the 2005 NAIA Indoor National title in the pole vault and is a three-time All-American in men's track and field. Jamil Jones. Jones is a four-time All-American and has won several conference championships and held 8 school records, including the outdoor 400-meter run, 47.3, which still stands. He was regarded as one of the top runners in men's track and field history. The 1980-81 men's basketball team. The Saints finished 22-11 and set a standard of excellence for future men's basketball teams. The team was led by the first men's basketball player to ever receive NAIA national honors, senior Ron Everidge. This Ben Braun coach team was regarded as perhaps the best Siena Heights team during the program's first 15 years. From the class of 2017, Amanda Haynes. Haynes vaulted her way into Saints history with 2 national titles in the pole vault. The first occurred in the 2005 outdoor season with a vault of 12 feet 11.5 inches. She followed that crown with another championship in 2006 indoor with a vault of 12 feet 5.5 inches. She was an NAIA All-American 4 times and was twice named NAIA Scholar Athlete. Haynes also competed in the U.S. Track and Field Championships during her time at Siena Heights. Rebecca Meyer. Meyer was one of the best defenders in Saints women's soccer history. She was named the 2003 WAC Player of the Year and was an integral part of the 2002 team that qualified for the NAIA National Tournament. She was named an Honorable Mention NAIA All-American in 2003 and was on several all-conference teams. During her playing career, the Saints allowed only 53 goals and recorded 54 shutouts. Jessica Netzeba. Netzeba made her mark at the plate with the Saints softball team, ending her career with 15 home runs to place her first all-time. The catcher also ended her career second in doubles with 36, third in RBIs with 101, and third in batting average at 356. Netzeba was named to the All-Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference first team 3 times from 2004 to 2006. Laura Panazzo. Panazzo rewrote the record books for the women's basketball program during her career. The forward ended her career first in points with 1,812, along with her points per game, field goals made, and 1,099 rebounds. She also recorded several season scoring average, rebounding, and block shot records for the Saints. She was named an Honorable Mention All-American in both 2006 and 2007, making her the first 2-time All-American in program history. She was also named a Kodak Women's Basketball Coaches Association All-American in 2007. The 1989 baseball team. The 1989 baseball team recorded the program's first NAIA Division 23 title, defeating Aquinas 8-5 in the championship game. The Saints lost to eventual national champion St. Francis, Illinois, in extra innings in the regional semifinal to complete one of the most successful seasons in school history. Led by head coach Gordy Tyson, the Saints finished second all-time in wins with 31. From the class of 2018, Jamile Green. Green played on the men's basketball team from 1988 to 1993 and finished with 1,366 career points, good for 12th on the all-time list. He was also 6th in career rebounds and 3rd in career blocks. He was an Honorable Mention NAIA All-American in 1991 and 92, as well as the team's MVP and first-team NAIA All-District 23. Leanne Fleming. Fleming was a 6-time NAIA All-American in the women's track and field throwing events, including a 4-time indoor All-American in the weight throw and 2-time outdoor All-American in the hammer throw. She held various program records in several throwing events and was one of the most decorated throwers in Saints history. Kelly Tubbs Good. Tubbs was a Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference Player of the Year in 2004 and a 2-time first-team All-Conference defender. She is the career leader in games played with 85 and was named an honorable mention NAIA All-American in 2004. She finished with 8 goals and 12 assists. Bill Blackerby. Blackerby was a longtime SHU business faculty member who served as the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference's faculty athletic representative for nearly 2 decades. He also was a representative on the WAC Executive Committee from 1998 to 2016 and also served as WAC treasurer for many years. He was very instrumental in helping the conference make the transition to a full-time commissioner and served on the conference's eligibility committee for many years, as well as many other ad hoc committees, including the SHU Athletic Hall of Fame Committee. He was a key part of the SHU Football Task Force in 2010. The 1998 Men's Track and Field Team. The 1998 Men's Track and Field Team took 3 of the top 5 places in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference Championships to claim the title. Led by Hall of Famer Matt Miller and NAIA All-American Kevin Schultz, the Saints went on to finish 8th at the NAIA National Championships, tying for the best showing in program history.